Alright, here is one of my big properties, and it goes all the way back. I don't know how much you guys will be able to see, but it goes all the way back, and there's a fenced-in area there, and there's another big section behind the house that goes right down to the lake. And I came and mowed all this yesterday, so today I just had to stop back by and trim it all down. It was late last night by the time I got it mowed, so I had to come back and do all the weed whacking. Took me about a half hour. Yeah, and that's it on this one. So let me show you guys something. I don't know how well you can see me in here. Okay, you see these headphones? They're kind of like the LGs, right? And they got charging ports open. Close that up. But they have the up and down for the volume control, and then the middle button right there, it's how you turn them on, but that's also how you pause it. That's the one thing I liked about the LGs, is because when I'm done with the yard, I can just pull them out of my ears and hit that button to pause it. I don't have to pull my phone out of my pocket. Oh, that screen's dirty. Better? Anyway, so I really like my LGs. The problem with the LGs is they were never loud enough. No matter what I did, they wouldn't drown out the sound of the mower. And my Beats, my over-the-head Beats that you guys see me wear all the time, they for the first 2 years they held a charge for a good long time. Now I'll get like 6 hours out of them. I'm spinning in circles here. Now I'll get like 6 hours out of them and they die. So I needed a new pair, plus with the one type of hat, the green hat you guys have seen me wear sometimes last year when it gets really hot, like the beanie type hat. It's when you put the Beats headphones over top, it crunches the sides up, and I look like Crocodile Dundee. So that's when I was wearing my LGs. Even though they weren't loud enough, I was still wearing them during those times. But like I said, they weren't loud enough, and now one of the wires ripped on them, so I was looking for another pair, and I was going to go with the newer LG tones, but the cheapest I found was like 79, 89 bucks, something like that, and I was like, it's really not worth the price for something that doesn't drown out the sound of the mower. So, and the problem with the Beats is they have the big muffs, and during the summer when it's hot and the sun's out, I end up with these white circles around my ears. So I was looking for another something like this. I have to have wireless. I cannot do the wire that runs down through. It gets caught and everything. It's just not for me. So anyway, I found these. These are made by Skull Candy. They're called Skull Candy Inked. And they were $35 on eBay. And I'm telling you, these things are just as loud as my Beats. They are loud. Very loud. The good thing is, even though they're that loud, I can still hear the alarm going off on the walker when the hopper's full. That's another thing. With those Beats, I could never hear that alarm going off, or it'd be very faint, depending on the type of song that was on. I listen to all different kinds of music, so it depends. You know, certain types of songs on, I couldn't hear that thing over those Beats. Even though these are just as loud as the Beats, I can still hear that thing. So anyways, Skull Candy Inked, they're called, and they're Bluetooth wireless. They're pretty much the same exact thing as the LGs, the same style, 10 times louder, 10 times better, and they were $35.99 on eBay with free shipping. So check them out.
I don't believe I filmed this one this year. This is a new one. The lady, when I took this on, seemed really sweet, and she still kind of is, but it's one of those people that has always mowed their own lawn, has never had a lawn service, and she's just had some medical problems. So she was told by her daughters that she is not doing her lawn this year. So she agreed, when I met up with her in the fall, to hire me for lawn service this year. And it seems that this is a 4th time I believe I've cut it, and it seems every time that I've cut it, she has had something to complain about. She was either not cut short enough, or it wasn't cut when she thought it was going to get cut because of the rain delays. I mean, you guys know the situation. I've explained in videos with this year, things like that. But I don't know. We're going to see what happens. This may not be a permanent lawn this year because I don't have time for all that. I've tried to accommodate her the best I could. Mowing it this direction, then in a minute you'll see me cross cut it. There was just a little bit of grass laying, but I really like the way the pattern looked when you cross cut it, so that's why I do it. But I should have taken a picture or moved the camera so you could see it. I don't think you can see it that well with the second cut I put in it. But yeah, so it stripes really well no matter which way you cut it, and it's actually a pretty fun yard to mow. So all things considered, you know, I'm being patient with her, so we'll see what happens. You know, it is what it is. Just one of those things, you know. This is just a view from the Exmark, the 36. I filmed the back part of this property last week in a video. You guys didn't get to see the front part. This is just the left side of the front part. You can tell there's a part over on the other side, but the main purpose of this, even though I have the video sped up, somebody had commented saying, wow, that lawn looks really smooth, kind of look like glass, and that is very far from the truth. This front portion here is extremely bumpy. So I figure with the camera mounted on the mower, you would see just how bumpy it actually is. I actually mow this pretty slow, but you don't have to go really slow, but slow enough. Otherwise the deck will just skip over areas, even with the walker. And the walker just beat the hell out of you with how stiff that is with the seat and everything. So I just figured this would give a view so that you guys could see how bumpy it actually is. It does look really smooth in video, which a lot of yards do, but that's just not always the case. The good thing about this 36 is even on a big open area like this thing flies. So it makes more sense to do it with a bigger mower, yes, but you can do it no problem with a 36. Even though, like I said, I had to slow down on this, you can mow a lot of grass pretty quick with a 36-inch mower, especially one like this. This is definitely one of my favorite mowers by far. These Exmarks are just fantastic. Oh, this yard. You've seen it in many videos. This guy never ever gets his grass cut. It seems like it's always the last one to get done, so I'm actually cutting. This is the only yard I cut this short. I'm cutting this yard on 2.5 inches, and there's so many dandelions that I have to double cut it. It really needed it, but cutting it this low means I don't have to keep coming back, and it means I don't have to stay up on it as much as I should. And there's just too much stuff to move, always toys to pick up in this yard. There's a lot of weed whacking, and it seems like I never have time to get it done. So I'm cutting it really short, and I'm double cutting it so there's no grass laying there, and hopefully I can go longer before I have to cut it again. But yeah, the trampoline has to get moved, everything. It's just the way it is. It's one of those yards. Some of you already know, yes, this is my yard. This is my house. So it's, you know what they say, look at the shoes on a shoemaker's kid. Always the last. Always the last at the end of the customer list. So a lot of mowing in this video, a lot of Exmark mowing. It's all Exmark mowing actually, but hope you guys enjoyed it.